Incredibly beautiful part of Warsaw, a cozy place to walk with loved ones, and the World Heritage Site. Today we will feel the atmosphere of the old city of Warsaw. Make yourself a cup of tea, get comfortable, and we are starting. The Old Town, or Stare Miasto, is a historical center of Warsaw and the oldest part of the city. Much of the old city was destroyed during World War II, but subsequently reconstructed so accurately that in 1980 UNESCO added it to its list of World Heritage Sites. Tourists usually start their journey from Castle Square, but we will do the opposite and leave the most interesting for you for dessert. We've already had time to freeze here, because it's 2 degrees below zero on the street, it feels like -7. Therefore, we decided to go to a church or a temple to warm ourselves. I don't know, our plans didn't include this place, but as it turned out, it is very beautiful. Now I'll show you. There are no people here at all, only one person came in, very similar to other churches we've been to here before, and there is also an organ. Here's something interesting. That's very beautiful. We found a warm place, there is such a strong wind blowing from here. Well, let's warm up and move on. Our next location is the Barbican. It was built in the 16th century, and in general, what is it? This is a semicircular military fortification. At one time, the Barbican served as the entrance gate to the old city, and it was also built into the city wall of Warsaw, which surrounds the city. Much of the Warsaw Wall has been preserved since it was built in the 14th century, and it took the workers about 200 years to complete it. Near the Barbican there is a very beautiful descent. I suggest you go down. In general, of course, I am delighted with the architecture of houses in the entire old town of Warsaw. I haven't said it yet. In fact, when we walked here for the first time, I was wildly delighted, and I just felt, that feeling when it's so good that it's bad. It was stressful for Andrew and me. Okay, let's go. Ну все, останавливай. Долго как-то. There is a small area down here where you can walk around. Behind me, well, you can see the wall, is our Barbican. There are also a lot of different colorful houses. Andrew, he is not very active today, but he's filming, he's trying very hard. By the way, just so you know, it is very cold right now and we are constantly warming up. Well, now we will go with you straight to the very, very center of the square and the most beautiful places. Very beautiful, apart from these works of art. Yes, there is graffiti in Poland too, but not as pronounced as in Bulgaria. These houses are my favorite ones. The first day of our walk through the old city, I took a picture, posted it on Instagram because I like the yellow color and this type of house. By the way, we have come to the so-called Purulent mountain, Gnojna Góra. This is a kind of mini observation deck. In fact, it is not very beautiful here in winter because it is grey, there is no greenery, and in fact, here you can look at the river, at the cars, and at the Warsaw Stadium, which is located there. It's very loud in here. Yes, by the way, there are many more of these locks. By the way, it's not safe to hang locks on such handrails because, for example, in Dnipro, our hometown in Ukraine, people put locks on the bridge and eventually the bridge was so loaded with them that it could have collapsed. I don't know if this is a fake. No, Andrew says not a fake. I just remember the story. Yes, there was a lot of weight and then it was all removed. I love this passage, this archway, it's so beautiful and cozy. Add some more sunshine and it would be unrealistically beautiful. Imagine how it's here in the summer, of course, it's beautiful. Вау! Это, конечно, красиво. The next location is the Corner Houses, a very beautiful place where you can take cool photos, and crowds of tourists constantly stop here because there is such a bell near which all people walk and make wishes. Purely, we clearly show that there are really a lot of tourists here and they just the same stop at these popular tourist places. Surely they will go to the bell now. Directly in front of us is the Cathedral of St. John, and immediately behind it is a Jesuit church. Let's go to the first building first. Здесь очень много туристов. You and I have a little musical accompaniment, but nothing, there is no choice. In general, St. John's Cathedral was founded in the 15th century, but after the Second World War it simply had to be completely rebuilt. And it is famous for the fact that famous Polish figures are buried here. For example, the last king of Poland, the first two presidents, and the Nobel Prize winner Sienkiewicz. I don't know what the joke is, but several people have already approached us. While we were filming the video, they asked for donations. In short, it's very strange, like they can see what we're shooting. In general, it's not nice to do that. The church next door is a Jesuit church. It was built in 1609 and also was destroyed during World War II. It was reconstructed only in 1957. St. Martin's Church is another beautiful church in the old town. Its style is reminiscent of a mixture of Gothic and Baroque. Baroque is the lower part of the church, Gothic is the upper. Another beautiful street that we're going to go to McDonald's now because we're so damn cold. My tongue is already not obeying, my hands are frozen, my legs are cold. That's just teeny. It's only December 2nd. I don't know how we're going to shoot, to be honest. Finally, we will now have lunch and warm ourselves with tea. We went to McDonald's after all, although it's very busy here, and there is also a very beautiful view of the old town. The place is great, of course. Therefore, apparently many tourists come here. Now we are with you on the market square, which was built in the 13th century. At one time, the Warsaw City Hall was located in the middle of the square, but it was demolished in 1817. Since 1855, a bronze statue of the Warsaw Mermaid has been located here in the same place, which we can now see. Actually, she turned her back to us a little, but we'll do a normal insert. We didn't understand before why there are so many sculptures of different mermaids here, but as it turned out, the mermaid is a symbol of Warsaw, and even on the coat of arms of the city it is located. By the way, there is a legend about the mermaid. Long ago, when Warsaw was a fishing village, mermaids lived in the sea and in the river. Once, one of them went to the Baltic, to the south. She sailed along the Vistula, admiring the landscape she passed. And when she was tired, she decided to rest on the sandy bank of the river at the foot of today's old city. The area seemed beautiful to the mermaid, and she stayed to live here. During the day, she splashed in shallow water, singing her songs, and spent the night in depths. Over time, the small fisherman's village turned into a big, beautiful city, and the mermaid became its guardian. Now there are many restaurants on the market square, mostly of Polish cuisine. There are also a lot of colorful houses here. The only thing is that now in this weather they are not very colorful, but they are all multicolored. Beautiful and authentic. In winter it is especially cozy here because a fair and a skating rink open in the center of the square. By the way, you can see the list of all the locations that we went around in this video in the description of this video. Also there is a link to my Instagram account. Now let's go to the fair. The skating rink isn't super big and there will probably be a lot of people skating on it, so we're wondering if we should go there. By the way, in Warsaw there are, as far as I know correctly, about 15 ice rinks, but this is not accurate because information may be outdated. And now I propose to go to the souvenir shop in Warsaw and see what is there in general. Souvenirs in Warsaw, especially in the old town, are really very beautiful, and we have already bought a lot of gifts for our loved ones here. Yes, Andrew's relatives have already come to us, we passed it all on. In general, yes, the souvenirs are cool, but the prices for them are not small, about the same as in Denmark and definitely more expensive than in Bulgaria. The facades of the buildings here, of course, are very beautiful, and in general everything is decorated in such a New Year's way. Now we have left the old town a little, and here again we see our Barbican wall, which runs along the perimeter of the old town. And now we are heading to the castle square and going through just one more fair. This is a full-fledged New Year's fair where you can eat deliciously. We have already taken chocolate fruit there, and you can buy various interesting souvenirs here. Here, in fact, we are on the castle square. It is called so because it is located right in front of the royal castle, which is on my left. This is a very beautiful place, and it can be said the entrance to the old town. Usually, as I said at the beginning of the video, all excursions start from here, but we will end it here. In the center of the square is a statue of Sigmund III, who made Warsaw the capital of Poland, and it is also a popular meeting place for locals. And we definitely advise you to visit the royal castle. It was there that the constitution of Poland was adopted on May 3rd, 1791, the first in Europe and the second in the world. For 40 zlotys you can walk around the castle, see the royal apartments and paintings by famous artists. By the way, we are thinking of going there. Words cannot describe how much I love Warsaw's old town. I fell in love with him at first sight. It is very beautiful, cozy and colorful here. I advise everyone to visit it. And if you liked our walk and you felt all this atmosphere, then like and share your impressions in the comments. And we will see each other again very soon in the next video, and I'm already cold, hardened, my mouse is not moving anymore. See you soon, bye!